Hello, and welcome to We're All Fine, the podcast that provides unsolicited opinions and advice from totally unqualified people. My name is Holly, and this is my co-host Carly.
Hey,
We have a pretty fun episode for you guys today. I'm kind of excited about it.
I was thinking about it, and you know how Mariah Carey fans are like her lambs and Lady Gaga has her monsters? I feel like we should call our followers and they can identify as fire fine, like fireflies, but fire fine?
Fire fines? I like that.
Yeah, like
That's good.
or our finer flies. What? See? We get better by the minute.
We're going to take submissions on that. So if you want to DM us, send in, we would totally take that. That would be great. Today's episode, we are actually going to be answering some listener advice requests. So excited about it. So to get started, we're going to begin with our It Could Be Worse segment.
Because it's always a good reminder to remember that everything could be worse. And today it's not going to be an article. One of my dirty pleasures or my dirty little secrets or the things that help me get through is reality television. It's not something I'm proud of, but it's something I'm not going to stop doing. And one of my favorite TV shows is Vanderpump Rules, and all of the hardcore diehard fans like I am, like, we're not tired of hearing about it, but I feel like we have to mention Scandal. And for those of you that don't know, Vanderpump Rules is a TV show. It's a reality TV show about a bunch of really hot people that make really poor life decisions most of the time, but also have become extremely successful just being themselves.
Isn't that like the Kardashians?
Yes.
It's okay, like so is it like the same thing?
Kind of, but they all started by working in a restaurant owned by Lisa Vanderpump, who was a real housewife, an extremely successful restaurateur, entrepreneur, beautiful British woman that I'm pretty sure my husband would have a hall pass for if he had the option. Like, she's beautiful. But what happened was there was a couple, Tom Sandoval and Ariana Maddox, and they were together, and she made him look so good. For years, I was a fan of Tom Sandoval, and I was like, oh, he is awesome, and he's the best, and he puts his heart into everything, and they're quirky and fun, and she supports him in all of his, like, pipe dreams of being a rock star and being successful, and so over time, they make friends, and you find out after 9 years of being together that he cheats on her. Not only but cheats on her with her best friend, to all of our knowledge, who is also a co-star on the show.
Oh my.
And they were all filming together, and there are even scenes where the mistress is talking to Ariana like, well, but like, if you're in a relationship, you should want to have sex with your partner. Do you want that with him? And Ariana's like, yes. And the mistress is like, well, but do you like want to be in a relationship with him? And she's like, yeah, I love him. He's super hot. He is my boyfriend, my life partner, my soulmate. We bought a house together. I have eggs that I have frozen that we plan on like potentially having children with. And so she's hearing all of this and even seeing it on camera. And she's like, right. Cool. And then proceeds to have this like 7-month-long relationship with her best friend's boyfriend. And now that everything has come to light and everything, Rachel, she has changed which she wants to be called, and I don't remember where we are at this point. I think she wants to be called Rachel again. Rachel is like, me and Ariana were never that close, right? Like pulling that move where like we never hung out that much, and I liked hanging out with him more, and I got lost in it, and people have been mean to me before, so
Icky.
Oh, it's super gross. And so, like, with today's episode, we're kind of talking about, like, competition or unhealthy friendships or kind of toxic relationships or putting unhealthy like, romantic relationships in front of what could be very strong friendships and kind of the demise of that. And I cannot think of a worse situation. People will cheat, infidelity happens, forgiveness can happen, people can change. But this situation became national news, international almost, or both. I don't actually know the difference between, like, international means in the country or out of the country?
Out of the country. Those are going to be like, everything out of the U.S.
I'm so glad you're here. And so it became international news. It was talking about
humiliating.
Yeah, it was talked about at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. And so imagine having a friend that betrayed you, having a partner that betrayed you in the worst possible way. And it's not something that you can escape. You pick up your Instagram feed and there's a picture of you and the person that your partner slept with, and everybody's interested in it. And here I am talking about it. I cannot imagine a worse situation. Infidelity literally being international news. Your
Oh my
situation,
God.
you can't escape it. Like, I can't. And reality stars have a hard job, I'll say it, because the more fucked their life is, the more they are successful, and
Sure.
how hard that must be. So it's a whole thing.
That's a really solid, it could be worse. The idea that like your tragedy is international news that is being talked about at a journalism event. Like I can't, it's
Yeah.
so horrible.
Right. Yes. Yes. To the point where it was, I mean, my Instagram flooded. I didn't see anything besides what was hashtag Scandival for months. So I can't even imagine when it's you doing it, because we've all faced those problems, whether we were the other person or we were the cheating person or we were the person being cheated on. And it's hard. And then broken friendships and being put on the back burner, but having all of that together, all encapsulated into like one terrible, deliciously scrumptious gossip drama mess. I can't.
Well,
What a
you know
piece of
what?
pie.
That's actually going to make, I feel like already our listener advice request seem so much more like Hallmark and
Yeah,
less Oxygen Channel.
it's more manageable. It's
Yeah.
more manageable when you put it into that perspective.
Carly, you're so good. What would we do without you? All right. Well, this advice request is from Susie in Denver. Susie in Denver says, I've been friends with a girl, I'll call her Ashley, for about 6 years now. Our friendship has always been a little off and on. We were literally inseparable until about June of 23. I got back with my ex, huge mistake and problem of its own. But when I was with him, he and I set Ashley up with his roommate. It was great for a while. We had double dates, hung out all the time. Then my ex cheated on me, so we broke up. The roommate and Ashley were being super inclusive and trying to make me feel better. But then all of a sudden, about 2 weeks after it all happened, Ashley started distancing herself from me. When I confronted her about it, she said she just thought I wanted some space because of everything that happened. We talked it out, and I thought we were good. Then she was being weird again, so I confronted her, and she went off on me. She was mad that I wore shorts in front of her boyfriend, and she thought he was paying more attention to me because I had a more bubbly personality than her. And she was mad because I was hanging out with some other friends more since she wasn't hanging out with me. I thought we talked it through and figured it out, but she completely stopped talking to me. She then hit me up a couple times making dinner plans to catch up, and then she'd cancel. So at this point, we haven't talked or seen each other in 3 months, and she texts me out of nowhere telling me she's pregnant, inviting me to the baby shower, and texting me like nothing was wrong. I don't know what to do or how to feel. She's known this guy for 5 months. I've been there for her for 6 years. She hasn't apologized for hurting me. She hasn't made any effort in the friendship, and I feel really used by her. Is it time to end the friendship? Should I just leave it as acquaintances or make more of an effort to restore our friendship?
There's a lot to unpack there.
Breaking that down into the pieces. So her, Susie, and Ashley are super besties who are dating roommates.
Mm-hmm.
And when Susie breaks up with her boyfriend, it just leaves Ashley and the one roommate together, and there's a distance that happens. And when they confront it, Susie is told that the way she dresses is too provocative for the boyfriend. He's paying attention to her, and it doesn't sound like it got fixed too much after that. And then there's just a random invite to a baby shower, I'm assuming also with the roommate.
It's just icky, the whole situation.
But am I wrong? It sounds like this is taking place over, what it sounds like, 6 months?
Yeah, it seems like it's a slow burn. It's a slow burn and a lot of room to potentially misinterpret, misconstrue, come up with your own ideas, because it doesn't sound like there's actually a lot of healthy communication going on. That's super hard.
It feels a little bit like, it feels almost like I'm missing a whole part of the story here, sort of like the background. How we jumped from they're friends, they're double dating, to you're wearing short shorts in front of my boyfriend. That feels like a really big gap of something. Like, what happened there?
Yeah, and the end of it, the question is, should I make more of an effort to restore our friendship? My gut reaction, like quick draw, No. And the reason being, a friend needs to be someone that you trust always. My best friend in the whole world, if she was tired and my husband was tired and they fell asleep on the couch or even in my bedroom, I'm not questioning it. I know who she is. I trust her. And I have insecurities. Sure, everyone does. But my faith in her as a person and my faith in my partner is so much bigger than my insecurity. So that in and of itself says that there's a lot of damage done. And I think that's icky. As women, we need to like build each other up. If somebody wants to show her legs and her sweet, delicious thighs and her scrumptious little butt in a pair of shorts, we celebrate that. It doesn't matter the size, doesn't matter who's around, doesn't matter what's going on. Because for far too long, women have been told to cover up, shut up, and sit down. So I don't play in that at all. And a woman's body, objectively or subjectively, I am not okay with it being sexualized. I'm not okay with women being objects. Just because she's wearing shorts doesn't mean that she would sleep with your boyfriend. And that's gross. And I don't like it.
Okay. And you have some really good points there. I 100% agree about this idea of women supporting each other, which I don't know why that's such a challenge, but it feels like such a challenge for so many. And I know I've been in that group as well, but I'm going to give a little bit of a devil's advocate moment here. If you've had this friendship for 6 years, and this has been over the process of 6 months, I feel like there's something to be salvaged here, and that there's a much like a deeper issue than what they're bringing up, like with the shorts. I've actually gone through this exact, well, maybe not exact, but real close situation. Yeah. I had someone that I was super, super close to for about 10 years. And the man she was marrying he was a real dirtbag, actually. And I remember just the way that he was around other women, I felt was very disrespectful to her. And I was real vocal about it, and that did not fly. Now, I mean, I guess to each their own, and I maybe shouldn't have judged the relationship if that's how they wanted to live it. They've been married now for, nearly 20 years. They have kids. From what I understand, he does his thing. It works for them. That's the thing.
Right.
But when this friendship fell out, I just didn't understand.
Yeah.
I was looking at him as being the problem, and it was clearly she and I were not communicating well. Yeah. We have never reconciled that since then. But I look at the same situation and I go, okay, I feel like there has to be a way to sit down and go, okay, you're talking to me about the way I'm dressing or acting in front of your boyfriend. What has he said things that make you uncomfortable when I'm around?
Yeah.
Is that something that's an issue, or is there something else? Like, I feel like there's at least a conversation that could be had here.
Well, yeah. Oh, absolutely. There should have been a conversation. But it seems like you've said, there are a lot of layers to this shit cake. But maybe I'm just always ovaries before brovaries, but if my partner makes a disparaging comment, or my partner makes a comment about, ooh, man, I love it when Susie wears short, that's a conversation me and my partner need to have. She's not the villain in this. She's not twisting her mustache. I don't like it. I don't like it. In the year of 2024, let's stop giving our time to fuck boys. I'm tired. I'm tired of it. If he sucks,
I want to stake my flag in that particular statement right here. I'm putting my flag in it. 2024 no longer be the year of fuckboys.
Yes, we the
people. 'Tis official. We the people declare 2024 free of fuckboys.
Yes, no more. If he tells you that your best friend's ass is hot and it hits your ear, if those words slither into your ear, out, 100% gross. If he only has one pillow on his bed and questionable sheets, we're done. We're not staying the night. If he doesn't have a headboard and it's not due to economic crisis and he's a really good man, it's just because he thinks he can get it no matter what is there, we're out. We are out. 100% not doing it. So
I love this.
I feel as though Ashley has insecurity. And again, as friends, we need to support each other in insecurity. We need to help validate each other. But if you are a friend with someone for 6 years and new relationships or rekindled relationships that are maybe not healthy are able to break the friendship, I worry about the foundation. I don't know if there was a good foundation. And one of the things that poked out to me was through the submission, there were words used like accused or confronted, really intense language. And that worries me too. Why are we confronting each other? Why aren't we saying, "Hey, this is how I feel and it's really hard." Why can't we do that? We all know women are really good problem solvers. We know that women are not the people that have ever been in charge of starting war. So evidently, we are good at conflict resolution.
Well, maybe on like a grand scale. I found this quote. This is from It's Time to Break the Cycle of Female Rivalry from the Harvard Business Review, which I just want to make clear. I don't actually read that, but I did some research before this episode. So
Wow.
thank you. Patting myself on the back a little bit.
You're incredible.
This quote, when women adopt this scarcity mindset and fight amongst themselves, it holds all women back. If a woman wants to get ahead, the better course is to champion the women around her, resulting in more opportunities and increased success for all. So it's this idea of like, whether it's men or jobs or whatever, we go, you're a competition. It's you or me. And again, with fuckboy Todd or whatever his name is, we somehow there's only one Todd, and Ashley sees that as, I can't lose my Todd. There's only one of him. So I gotta compete because it's me or her.
Which I just hate that so much, because a prize worth having is never going to make you feel that way. I'm going to get real honest for a minute. When my husband and I started dating, he had never been in a serious relationship. He's never been in an adult relationship. He had one night stands, he had situationship, friends with benefits, never anything substantial. And he's also really good at keeping connections with people, whereas I have 5 friends and I'm good. Picking bridesmaids for my wedding was very easy. There was no tallying someone out. It was, oh yeah, I know who it is. Okay, done.
Your wedding was beautiful, by the way.
Oh my gosh, thank you. One day we'll talk about it. I wanted to elope. My husband he's bougie. I just wanted to go to the courthouse and he wanted gifts. So there we go.
I get it.
But we had just started dating. I was already madly in love with him. And he goes, "Hey, my friend from marching band wants to meet with you and meet us and go out for drinks." And I was, sure. So I'm expecting this like kind of like band nerd dude. And we walk into the bar and there is this gorgeous platinum blonde, perfectly curled, extensioned haired, life-size, like Barbie. Perfect dimensions, huge boobs, tiny waist, beautiful scrumptious butt. And she is wearing a denim like mini dress with buttons all down the front. What I would call a bang me dress if I ever saw one. And when she sees me walk in, because he goes first, right? He walks first. And then she's, hugs him and stuff. And then recognizes that I'm a part of the party as well and kind of gives me a look. Okay. So I am someone who, I don't know how to do my makeup. We'll talk about that later, I'm sure. I could barely, I can curl my hair with a straightener.
Girl, me too.
Like, I'm not good at styling or stuff. Most of my wardrobe is ratty band t-shirts, and that's exactly what I was wearing. I was wearing a t-shirt and maybe jeans, probably leggings, and my hair isn't brushed because I don't care. So then I'm feeling like this disheveled rescue dog sitting at a table, right? And she is so flirtatious with my husband the whole time and reaching over the table and brushed something off of his shoulder at one point. And so I'm getting more insecure. And then I go to the bathroom and I come back and we're wrapping up and me and my husband go out first out the front door. We went to go smoke. It's a terrible habit. Don't ever pick it up. But I had been drinking. And he goes, "Hey, I know you have to leave soon. I know I have to take you back to your house, but," I don't remember her name, so we'll just call her Twit. Twit asked me when you were in the bathroom if we wanted to go get drinks together.
Like, so meaning him and her? Just him and her?
Him and her. And would that be okay? Because he's an innocent golden retriever. He has not picked up all of the signs. No, like, she is dressed for it. She was just recently divorced. I trusted my intuition. I knew what was going on. And we didn't have a friendship. We didn't have anything, but I could feel it. And then waiting for me to go to the bathroom to ask him if he wants to continue the night solo with
Ooh,
her.
that's
Didn't
so
ask when I
many.
was at the table, waited for me to go to the bathroom.
That's dirty.
And so, yeah. And then here's what happened. So him and I are very fresh. So I didn't want to seem like the crazy girlfriend, but my whole world is shattering. I'm deciding that the relationship is done. And right as I go to step into the restaurant to face this woman one more time to tab out and everything, my shoe that I was wearing, the strap broke.
Oh my God.
So I fall forward.
Oh no.
Kind of, right? Already feeling insecure, already very down,
Oh
feeling like
God.
I'd have to have armor on to deal with this twit, and my shoe breaks. So
Oh
then
God,
I'm
I'm getting
hobbling.
secondhand embarrassment.
I'm hobbling over to our table, and she doesn't say anything about going out for drinks later in front of me. She doesn't say anything. She goes, "Oh, this was so much fun. Oh, is your shoe broken? Oh my gosh, that's terrible. I'm so sorry. Good thing you're going home and you can fix it. Or you can, whatever you're going to do." I don't remember what she said. In my head, I was just like, "Oh, I hate you."
Why does
So
Twit have like a breathy Marilyn Monroe voice?
Oh God, because she was super hot. Like, I'll give credit where credit is due. She was super hot. Super hot. And a denim mini dress? I will never have that kind of confidence.
I get it.
I'm not going to button up a denim dress all the way past my boobies. It's not going to happen. And so, long story short, he drops me off at my car, which was at his house. I said home earlier, but he drops me off at my car. And I call my best friend. And I'm that sack of shit. I can't believe it. He fooled me. I thought he was one of the good ones, but he's going to go out and drink with this girl, knowing full well this, that, and the other thing. And he was supposed to meet some of my family the next day. And I was head over heels. And I'm calling him names, and I'm banging on my steering wheel.
You're
and
calling him names?
Oh, yeah, because why are you going with her? Because I even mentioned, without trying to be crazy, right? I said, well, it's kind of weird that she asked you to go get drinks when I wasn't at the table. And again, he's a golden retriever. And he was like, oh, well, I think it was just because I said that I had to drop you off soon. Yeah, Justin, that's why. That's why. So, right, I can't fathom that I know who he is now. He was totally innocent. He did not read anything. A woman could sit on his lap and say, "Take me," and he would go, to Walgreens? Where do you need assistance to? He would have no clue.
Oh my God, that's adorable.
He is he's such a good man. He's such a good man. So I'm in the car on the phone with my best friend, crying, bawling. I can't believe I opened myself up to this, that, and the other thing. I hate him. And I turn the corner to pull into my driveway. And who is standing in my driveway but my husband?
No.
And so I'm like, oh, I got to get off the phone. Like, he's probably coming to tell me that, they made out or something. I still don't trust it. And I get out of the car and he says, "It didn't feel right. I didn't like the look on your face. I'm never going to put you in that situation again." And he came in and he spent the night with me and literally just called her on the way after dropping me off to my house and said, I can't go out with you. Didn't give her an explanation. Didn't try to protect her feeling. He manned up in that moment. That is one of the reasons why he is my husband. I was so sure that he was just like everyone else. He proved he wasn't. He proved that he was someone that was worth fighting for. And
That's
he
so
made
beautiful.
Me feel like I was someone worth fighting for. So when I see situations like this, I want to sit Susie down and I want to say, Susie, you are so worthy of love. You are so beautiful in all that you are. You do not need friends like that. You do not need a boyfriend like that. You do not need a friend that has a boyfriend like that villainizes you. I want to hold her until she feels her worth. I don't allow her to go on and be happy with her boyfriend and her child, and she can start that adventure, and you can wish nothing but the best for her. But you deserve the best, and they can't provide that for you. So see you later, alligator. Get the hell out. Don't do it. Do not do it. Because you don't have to have high self-esteem to recognize that you have worth.
Damn. Listen, how does anybody argue with that? 100%. And if her friend is not giving her the due, if Ashley is not giving Susie her due and is questioning her motives when her boyfriend is clearly the one that has issues, which if my husband ever said, hey, your friend's got what did you call it? Like a really scrumptious ass.
Yeah.
No one would find him again.
Right.
He would just be gone. That would not be okay. Now, if I was like, oh my God, my friend has like the most scrumptious ass. Look at that. Isn't that amazing?
Yep.
And he goes, yeah, I could see how you could say that. I'd be like, awesome. Great. But if he brings it up first, nope, he's gone. I don't know where he went, officer. No idea. I hear that. I think my opinion of trying to save the friendship is because I am always looking at the other side going like, oh, what led them to this terrible place? It's the same reason when I listen to true crime and I hear about all of these killers and I'm like, oh, but their childhood. Like I am really, there's a problem with me because I was like broken wing syndrome. Like I find the broken bird and I'm like, but it could be fixed. And that's a problem. That's a real problem. So you know what? I'm going to give you this one 100% this week. Carly, you right. You got the good advice. We're going to tell Susie, drop her, girl.
Yeah.
Drop her, say good luck to you. And one day when you can love me how I deserve to be loved, I will be here.
Yep. 100%.
Which then takes us to our crowning moment. For this particular episode, this is a big one. We needed a really good affirmation for this week. So this is a two-parter. Here we go. I am surrounded by love and support, and I attract genuine connections into my life. I am surrounded by love and support, and I attract genuine connections into my life.
Absolutely. And you don't have to believe that the first time you say it to yourself. I think that's a problem with mantras that I run into, right? My crowning moments that I try to reaffirm. I think I have to believe it the first time I say it. And you don't. But tell yourself enough, because I'm sure you have told yourself that you are not worthy 100 million times. And that's not true. So start with a lie and then live in your truth.
And before you know it, you're attracting those genuine connections.
Right.
And really seeing how loved and supported you are.
Absolutely. And also, do not ask a man to go to a bar when their partner is in the bathroom. Just saying.
There you go. That's our final. That's your lesson for the episode, everybody. Dun,
Yep.
dun, dun, dun. All right. We would like to invite all of you, if you have not already, to please like and follow this show on Spotify or Apple, Audible, Amazon, Google, anywhere that you listen to podcasts. Please follow. We would also love a review. Please send us your thoughts. If you like us, tell a friend. If you don't like us, tell a friend. Follow us on Instagram. We're All Fine Podcast. Stay with us and hope you guys take care of yourselves. We love you.
Bye, guys.